Hey everyone, welcome in. We are going to see what your message from Spirit is today. Thank you all for being here, sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you to all my subscribers and members. I value and cherish every single one of you. Thank you so much for all of your hypes and positive comments as well. I thank each and every single one of you. And I'm sending all of that positive energy back to you tenfold. All right. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone else. Okay. We're going to start with the Truth Oracle here and see what Spirit has for you. So Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what do you have for the collective today? What is the message they need to know? Okay. All right. So there's something here about divine intervention. Okay. It says serendipity, catalyst, karma. Okay. But there is something here that's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Some kind of divine intervention. Okay. What else, Spirit? Anything else? What was this? Okay. We've got empty room, no people, the end, opportunity. Okay. What else? Anything else, Spirit? Oh, I saw a card that flipped over. Okay. All right, we've got trash, waste, worthless, and mouse. On the bottom is commitment, oath, agreement, pledge, and promise. I'm going to put that back here, get it out of the way here. I don't know. I'm feeling certain things intuitively, but we'll see what comes out in the cards. I mean, I am feeling that there's someone here. I mean, this could be you, but I have a feeling might be someone here in your energy where an opportunity, maybe a relationship, a connection, something like that has ended. And they could be feeling worthless. They could be feeling in that Five of Pentacles energy, like they're lacking. They could feel rejected. They could feel like they've wasted their time on superficial things that got them nowhere. Because I'm seeing in this picture the bottles and the things, paraphernalia on the floor here. So there could have been, devil energy as far as like substances and addictions and things like that at play. But all right, Spirit, let's see. We'll get into tarot and see what else might be going on here. All right. So what is this divine intervention about? Can you tell us about this divine intervention? What's gone on here? What do we need to know? Let's see. Okay, we've got the Knight of Cups here. We've got the Tower. The Six of Cups. The Knight of Wands. On the bottom is the Knight of Swords. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm being told to go a little deeper here. So we've got the Knight of Swords at the bottom. We also have Temperance, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Empress, the Ace of Swords. Okay. Okay. Actually, the Magician and the Three of Wands as well, with the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, the Ten of Swords, Ooh, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the World with the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords here. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot more down here as well. Yeah, there's the Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Page of Cups, and the King of Cups. Okay. So what's gone on here, I feel there's been a tower moment for whoever this person is, okay? I don't feel like this is you. This is someone in your energy, potentially from your past, okay? Someone that you had been dealing with. This person is showing up as the the Knight of Wands. I mean, they could have graduated to a king. I don't see the King of Wands here. I do see the King of Cups, but Knight of Wands, King of Wands, I mean, yeah, there's a difference in elevation, but it's relatively can be similar energy. This person was someone that wanted to keep their options open. They might have made you feel like an option. This person is someone who always felt like the grass was greener, which is again why they like to keep their options open. Nothing and no one was ever good enough for them to commit to, or they just felt that if they committed to someone that they would get hurt in the end somehow. Okay, so this person might have had a fear of commitment. This person could have been very inconsistent with you, hot and cold, in and out. And some of that could be in part because of fear and anxiety that they have within themselves, maybe even a lack of confidence and a lack of self-esteem that drove this person to be more in a superficial and low vibrational lifestyle or have that type of behavior. So I feel like, if this person, maybe in the past, this person was emotional or gave in to their emotions, and maybe it hurt them in a way or backfired on them where it was very, painful for them. So they kind of close their heart chakra off, and they don't do things from emotion. And when things get emotional and they feel like that they need to be emotionally vulnerable, they kind of shut down, okay, and run away. So again, it, creates that inconsistency, that in and out behavior. They could have, ghosted you right after, they blew up your phone, and you're like, what happened here? So I feel like that this person was in that energy. Okay. And that was, it's someone that you know from the past here. Yeah. And I feel what had happened here is that, you all might have been in a connection with this person in some way. So whether this connection that you had with them, whether it was a full-blown commitment with them, maybe you were in a relationship or possibly even in a marriage for some of you. But for some of you out there, I feel like maybe it was something where things never really got off the ground, where it was more platonic, but you felt it was going somewhere, or it had the potential to. Maybe this person made you feel like it would. There were feelings here involved, and maybe you expressed your feelings to this person. Maybe you told this person that you had feelings for them, or something like that. But the thing is that I feel with the Knight of Cups being here, I feel like you all chose yourself. You gave that cup of love to yourself. And I feel like that shocked this person. This person has never maybe met anyone that chose themselves over this person's charm, over their good looks, over their charisma. Maybe this person even used manipulation. And I feel like they've been able to use that toward other people and gotten what they wanted out of them or out of the situation. But unfortunately, they didn't get that out of you. And this shocked this person. So you choosing yourself brought a tower moment for this person. Okay. And this did happen in the past with the Six of Cups. I do feel like, like I said, this is someone from your past. This isn't, a new person. And the reason why this happened, the reason why you did this is because this person was presenting in Knight of Wands energy. You chose yourself. So there, is something here about maybe this person losing other people in their life with the empty room. They could have been, losing opportunities, things like that. Maybe, this person was trying to go in another direction with other people, and there was divine intervention here. That there's something here where this person has realized that their lifestyle has not served them. There is something here that happened to this person, and we'll try to find out what that is, but that has caused this empty room. Now, obviously, you're part of this empty room because you're gone. There was an ending here. But this person, there's something that's happened here to make this person understand that their life that they've been living as this Knight of Wands has been not serving them and not serving their highest good. It's not been bringing positive people or things into their life, and it's basically caused them to fall down, a dark path and into a dark hole here. So there's some sort of epiphany I feel that this person has had, and I feel like maybe you giving, like I said, to yourself and choosing yourself and, distinguishing yourself and with self-respect. There's something here that happened that was a catalyst for this person, because it was shocking, like I said, to this person. So now, this person wants to come in. They want to, rush in impulsively because they were not expecting to lose you in this way. And for some of them, if it's been a significant amount of time, I feel like this person is definitely wanting to come in because they've let enough time lapse here that surely you have either already gotten away or you're basically almost out the door here. So they want to come in, they want to make things right with you. This person wants, the thing is that I feel like there were external influences here. Obviously, with the Knight of Wands, there could have been other people involved here. They could have put you in competition, made you tried making you feel like you weren't good enough or like you were lacking to, build up their ego. But I feel like they brought a lot of drama and chaos into your life. They could have brought a lot of stress into your life. So now they're wanting to come in and make things right with you because now they're in this Nine of Swords energy. They're stressed out, they're not sleeping, and it's because they fumbled you and you are coming out as the Empress. Male or female, doesn't matter the gender. The Empress is just an energy that's in the receiving energy. This person is supposed to take action toward you, which is why, male or female, doesn't matter your gender, but you're the one that's supposed to be, in the receiving energy. And not only that, you've given this person, I'm sure, love and care that other people have never given them. The Empress is someone that shows unconditional love. And so I feel like you gave that to this person. And then, you decided to give it to yourself. You chose yourself. This person puts you up on a pedestal. They know that you are the perfect person. I feel like they feel intimidated by you. And for all of those reasons, this person fumbled an Empress, and now they are stressed out. They cannot sleep. They've gotten a level of clarity here that they need to do what's right. Okay. And the fact they also got the clarity and understanding that they, manipulated possibly you and others and that's something that they need to make right. Okay. Now, maybe you've been manifesting that this happened with this person. Maybe you've been just asking the universe, hey, I don't want this person back, but can you at least have them realize what they've been doing? Can you at least get them to understand that this lifestyle isn't serving them? Can you get them to right themselves on the right path? Maybe it's past the point of no return with you, but I feel like the divine intervention is here, and I feel like you were the catalyst. Maybe your prayers and intentions that you've set, maybe that had something to do with it as well. Okay. But I feel like there's definitely space between you and this person because of the manipulation. Okay. This person has taken a very long time. I feel like this person, number one, has lived in this lifestyle or with this lifestyle for a long time. It's their comfort zone. But I also feel like there might have been a significant amount of time before this divine intervention happened, or for this person to realize this, and for them to come and maybe either reach out to you and make things right, or make changes in their life. They've been in denial. This person has been putting up boundaries and walls against healing, and now judgment is upon them. I feel like part of this divine intervention is probably karma. I feel like there are karmic repercussions that are falling on this person. That's why the empty room is here. I feel like they're losing, they've not just lost you, but they're losing other people and other things in their life. Maybe this person was getting other opportunities before and now they're not. But they're being forced to look at these lessons that they need to learn. And they're getting this certain level of awareness about what needs to change in their life. Okay. And it is due to endings, painful endings. Like again, what I'm seeing is, with that empty room, they're having endings left and right here. Okay. They're going through a really tough time with different levels of heartbreak. Okay. Certain cycles are closing out for them. One of those particular cycles, or maybe it could be multiple, just depending on how many of these Queen of Wands are in this person's life. But this person has had multiple third parties, things like that. For some of them, it could just be one. But, these options that this person has had, their, cycles are ending. Okay. And, this person is becoming increasingly, anxious. I feel like, the anxiety has been creeping up with this person, but I feel like they're in a certain level of anxiety right now because of all the endings that are happening. I feel like they're finally putting two and two together, that the decisions that they've made, the way that they've treated people, things like that are coming to a head here. Okay. So it's contributing even more to the anxiety. And they know that they need to come and talk with you and make things right with you. They need to reach out. Okay. Now, deep down, I feel like this person wants a new passionate beginning with you because, you are their happy place. They want to come toward you and have a future with you here after separation. They do want to apologize and express their love, but I don't know if you all will be open to that. Okay. So as far as signs so far, I think we've got all signs, but we've got water, we've got fire, we've got air. I think I saw and earth. Yeah, all signs are here. We have Scorpio energy. We've got Libra. We have Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. We have Gemini and Virgo. We have Taurus and Libra. We have Sagittarius, Virgo again, Cancer, and Leo. Okay, but all signs are here. Okay. Just as I was shuffling, the Six of Pentacles came out, or like flipped over and flipped back. So yeah, giving to more than one situation. You know, this person didn't give you equal reciprocity. This person is someone who, you know, you probably gave them ample chances, ample opportunities to make things right with you, to give you that equal give and take, and they never did. So you chose yourself. And you doing that started a, you know, a domino effect here. And so, you know, this divine intervention card, it does say karma on it. I feel like this person is getting their karma. And it started with you choosing yourself. Okay. So, you know, this person has avoided consequences, possibly up until now, or at least significant consequences. And they just, I feel for some of them, I'm just going to throw this out there, but I feel for some of them that they have lived in this Knight of Wands energy where they have had tower moments. And they just are like, okay, well, I'm just going to deal with that and keep on doing what I do. And the universe just kept giving them tower moments here and there, just hoping that that would help and make them, you know, go in a different direction, make a different decision. And they just kind of took the punches, and they just kind of rolled with the punches here, accepting that, you know, life is, you know, about being presented lemons. And they were like, well, I'm going to make this lemonade. And even if it's sour or even if it's disgusting, I'm going to still make that lemonade and deal with these towers as they come. And I'm just going to accept that that's how life is. Well, the universe doesn't want this person to do that. They wanted them to make changes. So I feel like, you know, this now, you know, divine intervention is here. And I feel like you all were kind of brought to this person, and you probably have a soul contract to do this, that you were brought in to be this catalyst for this person. And, you know, I feel like you're their karma. You're the karma bringer, for lack of a better word. Karma initiator. Okay. So Spirit, can you tell us about this empty room? What is this energy about for this person? What is this empty room, please? What is this empty room? Anything you can tell us? Ooh. All right. We've got the 5 of Swords. I feel like they self-sabotaged. Yeah, they've self-sabotaged. Not just your connection, because I feel like your connection was a significant high-level soulmate connection, which, like I said, they self-sabotaged. I feel like they manipulated you. They were trying to have their cake and eat it too as a Knight of Wands. So they probably, like I said, had other parties or other things that, you know, they gave attention to. And they felt like you would always maybe be there. They could treat you however they wanted, you know, to treat you, because, you know, other people in the past succumb to that. Okay. Yeah. The manipulation, I feel, the game playing had gone a little too far here. Yeah. With the Lovers. Yeah. The thing is that I feel like a lot of this is about the connection that you had with this person, that with this 2 of Cups Lovers energy, that, you know, and, you know, not only that, commitment here at the bottom. I feel like you both had an oath and an agreement in the 5D, that, you know, maybe you were supposed to be together in this lifetime. Maybe this person was supposed to choose you, but they, you know, they did remain in this Knight of Wands energy, and that was the final straw. And so because of that, the divine is like, okay, well, if that's the case and you're going to treat this connection in this way, then we're going to intuitively, you know, have the collective choose themselves, you know, and then that will bring upon this karma for this person, so that maybe they will finally learn. But I feel like it had to be you. I've gotten this energy before where you know, I feel like you had to be the person to do this, that this person has a certain level of love for you, and connection with you that they don't have or haven't had with anyone else. And that, not only were they supposed to choose you, but instead they chose their lustful behavior or maybe even other people over you with the Lovers. But I also feel that this empty room is here because not just did they manipulate you, not just did they try to put you in competition or, and triangulate you, make you chase them, play games with you, gaslight you, whatever games they played here to boost their ego. I feel like they very much fumbled a high level soulmate connection where there was true and unconditional love being presented to them. And because they treated you in that manner with the Lovers, you wound up choosing yourself. Okay. And you decided that your soulmate energy with yourself was meant more than what this person meant to you. And you actually took this commitment and committed to yourself. Not only that, I feel that maybe you've got some manifestations out there, or you might have another soulmate coming in that you can give this commitment to. Okay. And because of these affairs and third parties, again, that is part of the problem. So yeah, 9 of Wands here. This person feels like a victim. Maybe you resonate with this person being in victim mentality often. If you don't, I feel like, it's possible that this person now does feel like a victim. They feel like nothing ever works out for them. They feel like they've wasted time, that everything that they pursue is a waste. They might feel like ish because of the life that they have chosen here. And, I feel like now, other people probably have, and including you, probably have significant boundaries toward this person. But this person, I feel like the wounding has placed significant walls up around their heart. And you are the only one to get through to them here. But yeah, I feel like, with this empty room, this person feels, they feel wounded, they feel like they're victimized by the universe. They feel like, they don't understand that the lessons that have been involved here, they haven't taken the time to go within and, connect the dots as far as their decisions, behavior, and the consequences that have been involved. And I feel like possibly it's because maybe they haven't gotten significant consequences in the past, maybe. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Cups here, because the thing is that, this person, especially with you, they felt like they had an emotional connection with you, unlike other people. And that is why I feel like you had to be this person. You had to be the one to start this karmic domino effect. You had to get to their heart space. Yeah. With the Empress, you had to present as the Empress. I don't feel that anybody else in this person's past or in their life could have presented in as much in this energy as you. No matter how much love other people have shown this person, I feel like, there were always maybe strings attached as far as like it being transactional or something like that. And you did not do that. You showed this person a certain sense of emotional fulfillment and contentment that they've never felt before. And I feel like that has contributed to why this is happening. And you committed to yourself. Again, talking about commitment, and it's talking about commitment to yourself. It's talking about commitment to your standards. I've been getting this energy almost on a daily basis, that not only does Spirit want you to do this and feel this way, because I feel like a lot of you, the majority of you already have, but continue to do so. Don't think twice about keeping, committing to yourself and keeping your standards as high as you need them to be or want them to be. Okay? The reason that this person is finally being faced with lessons and hopefully transformation of themselves and their life, and it's because of you. It's because of the love you showed them. It's because of the love that you showed yourself. And the fact that you had a sense of commitment to them, but because they betrayed you and betrayed that, you took that commitment and put it toward yourself. And I feel like that distinguishes you here. Yeah, you decided to move forward without this person, And I feel like, so the empty room here, yes, I feel like they have lost other people and other things as well, like other maybe partnerships, things like that. It could be, maybe they lost a job. They could have lost other partners here, third parties, things like that. But I feel that this empty room, the end of an opportunity, was mostly about the connection they had with you. And I feel like they feel, maybe they felt abandoned by you in the beginning. They might still feel that way. But I feel like they admire you for choosing yourself. I do. So, I think we said all signs were out here. We also have Gemini energy again, Cancer, Taurus twice actually, and Libra. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that collective needs to know, Spirit? Is there any kind of advice here in this situation for the collective? Keep committing to yourself. Keep your standards high. Okay? Don't lower your standards for this person or anyone else. Okay? Fight for what you want. I feel like Spirit wants you to fight for that commitment to yourself. Do whatever is necessary to keep your standards as high as you want them or need them to be true to yourself. Obviously, take your time with other people, other things, don't just jump into things with other people. Yeah, and not only that, it might take time to get to a full, to get to being like fully happy again, because I feel like for some of you, you're struggling, that, you had a deep sense of love for this person, whoever this is or was for you. And I feel like, it's hard to give up and completely detach from an energy that was a high level soulmate, someone that you had unconditional love for, and it's somebody that you felt betrayed by, so for some of you out there, and I got this in another reading, I can't remember which one it was, that for some of you, maybe you have always had fairly high standards for yourself and for your relationships, and maybe this person came in and they presented as this lower vibrational person, but you had this intense connection and chemistry with them that was undeniable, and it was something that you didn't want to give up on. It was something you didn't want to turn away from, and so there was a part of you that felt like you needed to see where it went or give them a chance, whatever the case might have been. And it might not resonate with all of you, but for at least some of you out there, I feel like maybe you lowered your standards a little bit for this person, hoping that maybe they would understand and that they would rise to the standards that you actually have. And unfortunately, I feel like it might have backfired. It's understandable, I feel, but it didn't work out that way. I feel like this person just kind of took that and they ran with it. And so I feel like, maybe this person kind of, they kind of took away some of the happiness out of your life. Maybe you felt like there was a dark cloud over you for a while, or maybe you felt that whatever happiness you always have had about life or people, things like that, that maybe that was taken away from you. Okay, so I feel like Spirit wants you to know that your happiness will return. It might take some time, but your happiness will come back. Definitely do what you need to fight for yourself, to fight for your standards. Okay, if you do have family and friends in your in your circle where you have a support system in place, people you can go to that will build you up, not tear you down, I feel like Spirit wants you to focus on them. Okay, I feel also that Spirit is saying, with these two cards being out here, that Spirit wants you to know that this person is finally being illuminated to what having I can't even speak, that having these third parties, like what that has done to everyone involved. Okay, the level of betrayal that it's caused to all parties involved. They're finally, being illuminated to that, because I feel like it's been presented to them, but they've been in denial. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So after that, we've got the King of Wands and the Four of Swords. So I feel like, this person is finally going through the healing process after basically sleeping on this, basically pushing it aside, saying, I don't need to heal. I'm fine the way I am. They're finally understanding that they do need to heal. Okay, so this person is healing. Okay, and that could very well be what the commitment was between you and this person. I do feel that there was a hope with this soul contract that you and this person would end up together. But at the very least, I feel that maybe this soul contract was about you being the catalyst for this person's change and for karma to finally come through to bring these changes upon this person. Okay. And it was because you committed to yourself. Okay. So just know that. All right. We've got, again, Taurus energy. We've got Leo. And it looks like that's it. But all signs have been here. Okay. All right. Well, again, I feel like Spirit wanted you to know what was going on behind the scenes. That, for a lot of you, if you felt like your connection with whoever this person was for nothing, or maybe you felt like it was all just to teach you a lesson, and for this person to hurt you and cause you heartbreak and pain and things like that. Spirit wants you to know that that is not the case. And I feel like, this is Spirit's way of kind of letting you know that, there is positive things and good that's coming out of the connection that you had with this person. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave this reading here. I do hope it helped. I hope it brought you some clarity and some insight. If you do feel like it resonates with your story, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, take care and namaste.